Welcome to Sexuality Education Shorts, Consent for Everyone, presented by Advocacy Denver. Consent is a life skill for everyone. It's much more than saying yes or no. It is about understanding and respecting yours and other people's boundaries. Practicing healthy consent not only protects our bodies and our safety, but also develops our sense of independence and self-advocacy. In the next few minutes, we'll talk about what consent is, what safe and unsafe touch mean, and ways we can all practice using consent every day. So what does consent really mean? It means you get to decide what happens to your body, and so does everyone else. You should always get permission before touching someone, and other people should get permission before touching you. Consensual touch should make both people feel happy. It is about making your own choice and not worrying if the other person might be mad or disappointed. You decide what's right for you. One way to understand consent is to talk about safe touch and unsafe touch. Safe touch is touch we have consented or said yes to. It makes us feel good, cared for, and loved. Examples of safe touch include a hug or kiss from someone we love, a high five with a friend or coworker, or getting help to take care of our body, like taking a bath or putting on a Band-Aid. Sometimes we may not want this help or touch, but it helps us keep our bodies clean and healthy. As kids, only our caregivers and doctors are allowed to touch or see our sexual parts when they are helping us. Unsafe touch is touch that hurts or makes us feel scared or uncomfortable. Unsafe touch happens when another person touches your body without permission, like pinching, hitting, or touching sexual parts. Sometimes the person touching us might tell us it's a secret or threatens to do something bad if we tell or don't let them touch us. Unsafe touch can come from both strangers and people we know. It is important to remember that if someone violates your consent or hurts you, it is not your fault. If it feels wrong or makes you uncomfortable, you have the right to say no. You should immediately tell the person to stop, leave the room, and look for an adult you trust, like a parent or teacher or support person to tell. Practicing consent and using healthy boundaries is a lifelong lesson. Let's talk about some ways we can all help each other learn and stay safe. Instead of telling kids they need to hug or kiss someone, ask. Don't force affection and give kids the opportunity to consent and say yes or no. Even when playing, like wrestling or tickling, ask first and listen when a child says no or stop. These little moments help teach kids that their words have power and that they are the boss of their own body. It can make it easier to say no to others and strangers when they feel comfortable expressing those boundaries. Practice understanding body language. Sometimes people speak with their bodies and their actions, not their words. As we get better at understanding others' body language, it becomes easier to tell when someone might not want to be touched or feels uncomfortable. Body language also gives us another tool to express our own feelings. Sometimes we may not want a hug or a kiss, but we do want a high five or a handshake. For moments like this, we can use the no but method. For example, you may not feel like hugging your friend that day, so when they ask, you say, "No, but I'll give you a high five." Using no but helps us keep our boundaries while still connecting with others. When providing care to keep somebody clean and healthy, it can be hard when that person says no or doesn't want to be touched. Ensure them that you hear their no and be very clear about why the touch is important to keep them safe. If you can, describe exactly how you'll be helping and for how long. Look for opportunities to give them control and independence, even while being assisted. Finally, talk openly with your family or the people you live with about each other's boundaries. A lot of times people will assume what others are comfortable with, but talking about it ensures everyone's voice is heard and no one feels uncomfortable or pressured. Setting and respecting boundaries where we live makes it easier to do the same everywhere else. Remember that consent means you are the boss of your own body. You decide what feels right for you, no matter what other people think. Consent can change day to day, and just because you said yes once doesn't mean you always have to say it. By asking permission to touch and getting consent from those around us, we not only learn how to speak up for ourselves, but help make the world a safer and happier place. Thanks for watching, and look out for more sexuality education shorts at www.advocacydenver.org.